Right. Hello. Happy witching hour. So it is April the 1st. I can already feel like a very fun loving day coming up. I'm gonna get a few hours of rest in here and get up in the morning, go out there and forge some more. And I'm just gonna be burning. I'm just gonna be out there. I want to gather up some witches' burrs. A lot of my witches' burrs are buried. They got totally buried because, like, the past few years, I have not been out there foraging. And I'm thinking about taking a rake and sifting through all of that grass that is piled up and getting all of those witches' burrs because they are buried up underneath the tree in my front yard. The first year that we lived here, I went out and I forged hundreds of witches' burrs. I still get a lot of pine cones, but for some reason, my witches' burrs, I don't know if like the animals are eating them, but when they fall, I usually get a lot. I usually harvest a lot. Um, Around spring, in between spring and summertime. But the ones that are in that, because there's two sweet gum trees out there, uh, and the one that's directly in front of the house, it seems like when the grass cutters come, they end up burying them underneath a bunch of grass. But I usually can get a lot from the tree that's on the side that falls down into the driveway. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that in the morning. Um, that bonfire was so refreshing. It was so needed because of the negative toxic influence that I was dealing with in my life. Somebody who is so foolish, who literally has no idea how to celebrate or appreciate anything. And today was already hectic as it was because yesterday was already hectic as it was because I still had a lot of work to get done. Got a lot of good news yesterday. A lot of good things have been happening, and they should, right? Like, for example, rebuilding my company. Um, I am so appreciative, but so I want to talk about the negative toxic influence that I ultimately had to block out of my life. And I used to think that he was adorably clueless. Like, it was just adorable, even though everything is going well for me and my family, everything is amazing. And I'm not lying about that at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I give accreditation of that to. Santa Martha, Satan, Lilith, a few of my other spirits that I work with, as well as gods, Shiva, Zeus, my ancestors, and especially Santa Martha. She has just been phenomenal. She has been phenomenal. All of them have been phenomenal. Um, but then the planetary alchemy bottles have really, I mean, my clients have been so very satisfied with them. It's pretty amazing. And I'm not lying about that. I have no reason to lie. I have a 30-year work history, 20-year work history, almost 30-year work history. I have been running my company since 2015. Officially was when Divine Services got established officially. And I would not still be here doing all these complex, elaborate rituals that take a lot of my time and blood and sweat and tears, if that were not the real case. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the negative, toxic energy that I essentially ended up obliterating out of my life, this person, I really wanted this person that I'm talking about to be able to actually appreciate anything, just anything at all. And he doesn't. He does not know how to appreciate anything whatsoever. And, I'm not going to get into detail as far as like what my theory is on that because, Goddess knows I don't want to get him started, but I still want to talk about how mechanical this person is, how he does all the mechanics, but he doesn't experience the inner joy whatsoever. And I think that there's more people out there like this person. So, as a witch, I celebrated Ostara in the spring equinox, which of course is separate than Easter. Witches can celebrate Easter if they want, but a lot of us celebrate in different ways. I celebrated my way, and so this man prides himself on being a Christian, right? Even though he has a tattoo of Santa Marta on his arm. So he's definitely got imposter syndrome, or he's an imposter. But, if you are a Christian and you think that you were doing something by trying to attack or do harm to a witch, pagan, or Satanist, you just don't get it, baby. Baby, let me tell you something, boo boo. You don't get it, and you are not even near about close to Christ consciousness like you wish that you were, hon. If you thought that celebrating Easter meant attacking a woman, meant attacking her children because she's a witch, you are lost. You have lost, and you ain't gonna do nothing but lose constantly. And that's exactly what this toxic part, any holiday, especially Easter. If you celebrated Easter being evil, and diabolical and downright disgusting, like literally, the saying where it says that, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That right there, because you're still not understanding the joy. And this person that was coming at me every holiday tries to make it seem like I'm upset because I'm not with him on the holiday. And I have to remind him every holiday, why would I want to be with somebody so miserable and so detached and so stupid? I just honestly, and everything that I wanted to accomplish that he tried to derail got accomplished. And I had a wonderful day. This person, for some reason, because we're into it anyway, decided I'm going to try to punish you because I'm mad about nothing, basically, essentially. I'm upset about nothing, So I'm going to carry it over into Easter Sunday to be as disgusting as possible towards you. Literally diabolical misogynist, uh basically was trying to throw up in my face when I had hard times, as if he ain't never had no hard times. We go through hard times to learn things, hun. And I learned a lot. I learned a wealth of information that is going to set my family up for generations to come, dear. Literally was talking to me as if I were another man. Now, uh I make more money than this man. I make more money than him on a daily and weekly basis, right? Women typically, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Women do not sit around throwing that up in men's faces. It's something that he was thinking about. It's something that he felt like he wasn't man enough. So he decided, I mean, literally, it was like, you're hurt. You're hurting somewhere deep inside of you. Cause hun, the hard times that I had are no more. Those hard times are behind me, hun. And but he was filled with so much hatred and chaos and confusion, attacking me, attacking my children, attacking my baby girl. I'm like, you ain't celebrating Easter. You're sitting there being miserable, which is what he's going to sit there and do. I don't know where some of the, he is the worst narcissist, the worst misogynist, paranoid, delusional, schizophrenic male that I have ever seen in my life. And he's gotten worse. You're supposed to be healing through Christ, and that's not what you're doing. You're just trying to steal people's joy, and you were not able to do that, hon. Every holiday, and I think it's got something to do with his history, as being raised a Jehovah's Witness. He honestly thinks that the holidays are supposed to be about acting like a child and saying, "Nana, nana, boo, boo, I got this." You know, basically trying to make it seem like I barely had 50 cents in the bank, and like I got bones and skeletons in my refrigerator. I mean, I don't know what would make somebody so financially, to have a financial complex in that way. And it was obvious that he was projecting. And this is the reason why you can't be easy on these men sometimes. As a woman, I'm not talking about the mother. I think that it depends on who your mother is, because I teach my son things about the craft that he is going, I ain't never worried about none of my kids. When you give your kid certain things and you don't teach them how to empower themselves and have some kind of self-esteem, that's the only thing I don't agree with some people in religion, is that they don't tend to have any self-esteem. If this man had any self-esteem, he would never feel the need to attack or be, and I'm talking about disgusting. He was being so disgusting that I am too embarrassed for him to even expose what he was doing. I'm not even going to expose it. I'm not. Out of respect for everybody, it's too disgusting. Trust me, it's disgusting. And I'm not a part of that. I just know that this person needs a lot of help and a lot of work on themselves. So, um, yeah, that's my little mini rant. I also want to talk about celebrating any holiday your way. Okay. Now, throughout history, we've had the Sabbaths. Some of the Sabbaths are centered around, I'm sorry, some of the holidays are centered around the Sabbaths. Easter is a pagan holiday. Christmas is actually a pagan holiday. Thanksgiving is not a pagan holiday. It's not. 4th of July, technically, no, that ain't a pagan holiday. But a lot of these holidays are centered around paganism, right? Pagans did different things even back in the day. So I ran across this video which essentially uh manifested this particular live that I wanted to do real quick. And this lady, and while her intentions were good, she's gonna learn. She said, y'all need to wake up and realize what Easter is actually about. And that they, I don't know who they talking about when they say they, but she was saying that the holiday of Easter is based in paganism to where they, quote unquote, they would, I guess she was talking about decorating and dyeing eggs. That what that was about was a fertility ritual to where the women got pregnant and then they would sacrifice their babies to Ishtar. Now, I am very familiar with Ishtar, and I've never heard of that concept before. Okay, so I think that she was really, really mistaken. But I do believe that pagans are not all the same, just like Christians are not all the same, just like Satanists are not all the same. There may have been some pagans that possibly sacrificed their children to Ishtar. And, when we're talking about sacrifice, in what way are you talking about? Like, are you talking about these people would like literally unalive their children? Like, I think that when you say sacrifice, that can be a very vague and broad term. Okay. The way I celebrate Easter or the spring equinox is pretty much blessing and calling in the spring. And there's this energy of rejuvenation, and the discoveries that I have made, or at least reconnected with since the spring equinox, which was the 19th through the 21st of March, um, have absolutely nothing to do with sacrificing children. And I am a pagan slash Satanist. So I think people really need to understand that people have different intentions. People have different values, and they do things differently. So just because, I will say that Christians for Easter, they're supposed to be celebrating the resurrection of Christ, which is a cause for celebration, right? But I think that it's also on some level celebrating death as well, because Christ was not alive when he rose from the cross. He ascended. His spirit ascended. He was not alive, you know what I'm saying, according to their part of the story, right? And so, I think people need to realize that you can't just say, oh, well, this holiday is about this because I heard about this group of people this specific group of people in this one township, they did this and they did that. Everybody celebrates differently. I don't understand the obsession with taking one concept that you heard about that you may not agree with, because I totally disagree with that. I've been working, I've actually, Ishtar, I haven't really worked with Ishtar. I'm going to have to ask Lilith about Ishtar. But I believe Ostara is the same person. I mean, these deities can sometimes manifest themselves in many ways, but not once has Lilith or Ishtar or Ostara have ever once came to me about any kind of child sacrifice. In fact, there have been moments, and I've experienced this as a mother. As a mother, I've went through this. I have went through getting a phone call saying that my child had been hurt. And I never forget when that happened. My baby was 5 years old. And I went to the hospital, and thinking back, of course, my child made it and is still here to this day. But when I think back at the energies that were present at that time, that not only ensured her survival, but then my survival, because it was horrifying as a mother. And I remember my infernal spirits being invoked even back then. The memories of when that happened will always be in my head. I will never forget it. I will never forget dropping off my beautiful child to her father. And then 2 days later, the horror, the horrific way that she was conditioned, that she was in. And so maybe it depends on the relationship of the individual person. I work with spirits of the infernal, but I am very pro life. For me, anybody else that wants whatever opinion, I'm sorry, whatever decision that you make with your body is your choice. I do not ever impede. I do not judge. If a woman was to come and ask me what my opinion was, spiritually and personally, I would let her know. But otherwise, I'm not a judgmental type of person. So, whenever they are speaking of the spirits of the infernal and everybody is so afraid of that, again, uh people think, oh, satanic, Lilith, child sacrifice, bam. And where are you getting that from? Like, I just think it's totally ridiculous, to where, like, there are many witches like myself who love our children very much and are very, very, very protective. And it's funny how not only my child survived that, but will keep thriving. I know that for a fact because I am her mother. And when I realized that it was a game for somebody to play death games with people's children, I put demonic satanic protection around my children. So, so that's not the truth. And I think people need to really, really, really take into accountability that, just like to a Christian, Your relationship with that God is going to be different from other people. Like I said, I can't tell this dude that he's a fake Christian. That's not my call. But I can tell you that I give him the side eye because that's how he chose to be in celebration of his Easter. It was a part of his Easter ritual, which, by the way, I don't know why he did that because all of his negativity and crud got sent right back to him and then some. Okay, because he's talking to a witch, but um everybody celebrates their holidays different. Some people like to celebrate Christmas with, a bunch of expensive gifts while they walk and talk in misery. Now, I personally have always gotten to experience it from both worlds. Um, Everybody at some point in your life, unless you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, there are going to be times where you may have had to go to the Dollar Tree and get Christmas gifts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's the thought that counts. So it ain't always about the money. It ain't always about how much money you can spend, right? But I can imagine that for me, the type of person that I am, let's say this Christmas, I'm going to spend a lot of money in Christmas 2024 and going forward. In fact, I'm going to give away money for Christmas. I already know. Okay. But I'm still going to be in the joy of Christmas at the same time. I feel bad for people who have money, but no joy, completely miserable. And you can tell that you're miserable because what you do every Christmas is harass people that can't afford what you can afford materialistically. But guess what those people can afford? They can afford, and they have joy and peace and serenity in their hearts. And that's something that you can't buy. You can't, that's priceless. There's no price tag on that. And some people need to learn that. And with that being said, I don't want to live with somebody. I don't even want to sleep with somebody. I don't even want a booty call with somebody like that. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want to be around you on the holidays. I don't. I really don't. Because you lack the understanding of what you're dealing with. And you know what? It's you gonna have to get visited by the ghost of Christmas past or something. You gonna have to go through something to learn that. To learn that, yes, with the witch's black lint, I actually work with the sin of greed and wrath. So yeah, we all like money. Who doesn't? But whenever money turns you into this person that you're too disgusting for them to be around, then you lost. You are lost. And I'm sorry, this year I am going to be with my family. I'm not going to say exactly in what location, because everybody's always it's been really irritating. And at this point, just on a personal side note, I'm trying to take my privacy back. So, and first of all, I am complete and totally sovereign from any association, any male, anybody. But this male was on Messenger, his has been on Messenger for the past 2 or 3 days, talking about go home, go home. Do I look like a leaf that you can just blow around with a leaf blower? Who do you think that you're talking to? See, this is what I cannot stand about certain people. You don't tell me where to be. I will be wherever I want to be based upon my decision. You don't dismiss me. You don't wear a crown on your head. You don't have enough power nor authority to tell me where I need to go. Because if I decide that I find some lakefront property wherever I want to go, that is where I will go. If I decide that I want that lakefront property to be over here in Georgia, and I will bring my family. You don't tell me where to live. And I'm sick of that. And people are going to learn that you're not the boss of me. And I don't know where these people got that from because I ain't never had that type of personality to where I let somebody boss me. Why would I let a literal male that acts and behaves like a chicken with his head cut off? You literally act like a female. You literally act like a woman. Why would I allow you or any other man, even if you acted like an alpha male? You think I'm going to allow you to tell me what to do? And is that my job as a woman to sit back and take your orders? People are going to learn. Because I think it was a sick perversion. I think some people are sick and perverted. You don't tell me where to go. You don't tell me where to be or what to do. And a lot of people are going to learn that. A lot of people are going to learn to not mess with me. Like you just ping ponging and flinging me back and forth. I have never lived like that. I have never lived in that way. I have never lived as a slave. I have always been free and sovereign. And just because you have identity issues and you're mentally ill and you're perverted and you're stupid, you think you're going to talk to me like that? I can guarantee you that you'll never get the opportunity to talk to me like that again. I don't care if you begging on the front porch, bleeding out on my front porch, which is more than likely what you're going to do. That's what you always do. You're going to get left outside. I'm not going to pay no attention to your fake tears no more. Because there's been plenty of times when I wouldn't let your ass in my house and you acted like it crushed your soul that I wouldn't let you in my house. And you will never get let in to this house of utopia ever again. You don't disrespect me. And that's all it is to it. I don't know if it's because I'm pretty like this, or I'm 5'4", or if my love is the softest place on earth. I don't know if that's what it is, but let me tell you something. I have a pet peeve. Do not ever take my kindness for weakness. And I was totally disgusted. So disgusted. So very, very disgusted that I lost my ability to forgive this person. Oh, that's over. Funny how you're supposed to be a Christian, but yet when people have forgiven you, you take that forgiveness as a weakness. Oh, I have lost my ability to forgive you. And I am not going to go into detail whatsoever. You know what? Sometimes people can do things and say things that are so disgusting that when you repeat it, you look disgusting. I'm not going to reveal the disgusting behavior. It made me want to puke, and it made it look like the rumors about this person was true. And 9 times out of 10, when a weak man is talking to you like that, 9 times out of 10, you're stronger than them because you're the only one that allows a group of people to boss you around. You don't boss me around. You ain't the boss of me, and nor am I intimidated by a damn group of people that are beneath me. If you want to feel like a man, don't try to come down on me. Why don't you stand up for yourself and be a man? Trying to make up and overcompensate for feeling like a low life idiot for feeling like I don't know what word am I looking for feeling like a puppet, trying to overcompensate, and you feel like a puppet by trying to talk crazy to me. No, I'm not that type of person. I will stand up against an army if I have to for me and mine, and you bow down and you conform, and you bow down, you bow your head for people. Jamila doesn't. Who do I need to bow my head to? I don't even bow my head to Lilith. So I don't know what this person was tripping off of, but I tell you what, you gonna realize how it feels. Cause I have had it up to here. My family is growing, and you are a weak loser of a man that would be attacking a young woman. You're disgusting, and you're a disgrace. And here's another thing: you keep testing me, trying to see if I would ever put you before my children, and that will never happen. I am so glad to be rid of this person. For the past week, it's been over for a week. He want to sit up here for a week or two. He want to sit up here and come in my inbox and try to transfer his negative energy to me. Oh, I've been sitting there burning his ass all day, and I'll burn you again today, because there's no excuse for your diabolical behavior. And no, you're not mentally ill. You're just misguided. And you think you being a thoroughbred. You think you being a strong man when you can't even stand up. You create something and you involve yourself with something that you don't want to affect your family, and you try to project that crap over here to me. Boy, please. I make more money and produce more money and energy and healing energy, and I don't have time for you. I realized it yesterday because those energies was way too chaotic, and he just added to it. If you are a male and you are not a part of the solution and you are a part of the problem, you are permanently barred from my life in 2024. And no, I don't love you. No, I don't miss you. No, I don't want you. And I'm going to add to my demonic protection that anybody that tries to do a Bible prayer, a Psalms prayer, to try to, or any kind of witchcraft to try to put some damn love, hoodoo, and magic on me. Well, hun, let me tell you something. You going to suffer the consequences. That's all I gotta say about that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, shouldn't you be with your family? Blah, 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 typing all day. Type, 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 typing all day. Oh, I'm celebrating Easter. Type, 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 type. Somebody needed to screw your head on tighter when you was a baby. Child, who hurt you? You as a man will never get respect from me, not a lick of it, acting like that. Not ever. And but you keep demanding respect. Don't no abusive, diabolical man deserve no respect. And that's the reality of it. And I will always put my children and my grandchildren before you. You will never come before my children. And why should you even expect that? So we ain't giving nobody nothing else to talk about. It ain't nothing to talk about as far as I'm concerned. It's dead. It's a dead issue, and he can die. I sure did. I told him that. I said, you can die. I said, if it comes down between you and my children, you're gonna die. Now it ain't gotta go that far. Just leave me alone. However, please understand that I dated down when I dealt with you. Yeah, I dated down. Yeah, I did. And guess what? Guess what? I made sacrifices for you, sacrifices that I will never make. I made financial sacrifices for you. Uh-huh. And you think I'm going to do that again? It ain't going to never happen. And really, I didn't even make no financial sacrifices because I'm getting all that back. So a lot of these men got to realize that you're not rumbling with a witch. You're not going to survive a spiritual war with a witch, especially somebody like me, because I don't have no fear of you. And he hides behind a group of people. Ha! And poop. And poop. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was like, boy, I was like, get up out of my inbox. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. And he was just in a rage. I'm over here doing this and doing that. And you ain't got nothing. And I'm like, speak for yourself. You the one that has nothing. I got everything, hun. You have nothing. And you know what? It's so pathetic. It was really, really pathetic. And this person is gonna reap what they sow because I don't even appreciate you coming at me like that. Hey sis, good morning. I did not appreciate that. I was like, whoa. I was like, hey, I was like, you need to leave me alone. I said, you need to walk away. I said, you need to quit talking about my children. You are a low life. You are literally the weakest link if you are a man talking about somebody's children. You are the weakest link, especially children that ain't thinking about you, don't care about you, do not care. You are fucking irrelevant to my family. I feel sorry for your mama. I feel sorry for your children to have a father like that. I could not believe it. I was like, and I was dealing with something yesterday, which worked out and everything is fine, but I was dealing with some personal stuff. And then also I had my work that needs to get done. And I'm like, dude, you're irrelevant right now. Like you always will be irrelevant. You were irrelevant last week. You were irrelevant in 2013 when you started stalking me. You were irrelevant last year around the same time. You will continue to be irrelevant. Don't try to make yourself more relevant than what you are. And I don't understand why whatever you tripping off of, you were a booty call, like I said, and you tried to be more than a booty call, apparently. And you mad because ain't nobody sitting over here suffering without you. And you will suffer for your narcissistic intentions. All around the internet to anybody that'll listen and have him around him talking about me. Please explain to me, sir, how does that benefit your children? It doesn't. It doesn't. You're irrelevant to me. You're not man enough. Now, I said it. You will never be man enough. And what's the word I'm looking for? Insignificant. You're totally insignificant to me. So, for some reason, this person uh thought that and literally I'm just like ill. I'm like, you are absolutely disgusting. Pretty much. But other than that, we had a great holiday. Um, you know, and so that's pretty much it. I don't know. I've never understood, sis, why a man thinks that he looks like a man when he's competing with a woman, and then purposely was trying to destroy my company and destroy my income, and then telling me that something was going to backfire on me. I'm sorry, excuse me, sir, am I doing anything to destroy your income? Anything that could even remotely, but you can't do that, because he will. Let me tell you something. You got to understand the type of world that we live in and the people that are very diabolical. And you have to set an intention to where before your family ever suffers at the hands of another person, they going to have to meet death. That's all I know. And that's why I don't mess around with folk like that. Thinking his revenge porn was going to do anything, thinking that he had any power. If you a man and you got to try to make a woman feel weak, you are powerless as a man. You have no power as a man whatsoever, and nobody should respect you, and I for damn sure don't. If somebody else want to respect you, go right ahead. I won't be thinking about you. I do not like men like that. You are disgusting to me. And if you ever, and you know what, this person just kept talking about my baby girl. I was like, why do you keep talking about my baby girl? Why do you keep talking about my baby girl? I was like, you are getting ready to get that work. And he got that work. He got that work. Don't you talk about my children. Oh, he got that work. All right, y'all. I am going to sit here and watch this movie until I fall asleep. I think I'm going to watch The Jealous Husband. It's a Lifetime movie. So I'll see y'all later. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get all worked up, but that's something that I feel very passionate about. Because like I don't know who dude think he is, but you ain't never winning no battle with me. Sitting up here trying to battle me as if as a Christian man he's supposed to be competing with me. I'm like, boy, you better go find yourself. I was absolutely disgusted by this person. In fact, I was like, am I talking to a woman? I was like, God, I said, you really are acting like a woman. You're acting like a jealous woman. That's why I said yesterday, I said, I'm so happy to be single. I am because, I wouldn't, I swear to God, if I were, when I do get married, which, I look young enough that I can still get married. Uh-huh. But when I get married, I wish I would find out my husband is doing those kinds of things. You are not the man for me. If I were married to a man and he was online, chasing behind women, whether or not whatever he was doing, he wouldn't be in my house no more. Don't bring that up in my house. It ain't welcome in my utopia. Your filth and your bullshit and your primitive, outdated dumb shit that's a part of history that's very embarrassing. Your misogyny, your sexism, your bullshit is not welcome in my utopia. So you gotta go. And you ain't welcome no more. Okay. So that's literally how I feel about that situation. So, and it's a good thing because I'm just like every single time this person flips and does things, for me, it just, I would just get more and more aggravated each and every time. And I'd be like, you have a fucking problem. Fuck you and fuck off. And go to hell while you're doing it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're celebrating? Yeah. Yeah, I'm celebrating. Yeah, I'm doing this and doing that. And I'm happy. And I was like, I don't think so, but okay. And you keep your miserable ass where you at. So, and I got to get these candles lit back up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 7-day candles on these Santa Martas that I did, and relight her candles before I go to sleep. Hmm I think I'm a yeah. I'm a light 2 7 days over this so that we, cause earlier I had to hurry up and do something. I was like, oh God, and she shut his ass down completely. So I got to get that done, guys. So I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. And trust me, this is not an April Fool's joke. I don't do April Fool's jokes. Okay, I'm being serious as hell. I could not. I can't do it no more. Mm-mm. I don't care who you are. Soulmate, twin flame, you got to go. You're not welcome anymore. So I can't stand people that don't appreciate shit. I really can't. And you not appreciating your religion if you're a Christian and you feel like you just want to attack somebody on a holiday and you trying to tell them what they got. I don't know why this. I'm like broke. He kept calling me broke, and I don't like you're like a poverty spirit or something. Like you got spirits of poverty on you or something. Like first of all, I got plenty of money for what the hell I need and more money coming. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like you need to, hun, you don't need to be on the phone with somebody talking about no money. You need to be in a damn mental hospital because something is wrong with you. Absolutely ridiculous. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. He has nothing to hold over nobody's head no more because that's how men like that are, or males like that are. They want to hold something and got me into it with a bunch of females and stuff in social media. I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want nothing to do with you. And I don't want nothing to do with that situation. And if you try to force me to, you gonna get these demonic hands. Is all I got to say. You gonna get the hands. Cause I ain't about to be bothered with that. I live a very peaceful life. I always have. I don't do that kind of crud. And trust me, it was some crud. I was absolutely disgusted by this person to the point where it was so disgusting. I'm not going to repeat it ever. It's not going to come out of my mouth. As far as I'm concerned, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And I ain't even Christian, but I don't want. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I was absolutely disgusted. And deleted it, blocked this person and deleted that disgusting. I was like, ugh, I said, you literally are disgusting and you need to go and see a therapist. Like, you literally could be in a mental hospital for the criminally fucking insane. That's how crazy he was acting. That's how crazy he's been acting for years. And I'm like, I can't do nothing to help you. And I ain't trying no more. Go help yourself. All right, y'all. I'm going to sit here and do my Santa Martha and then I'm going to go. Y'all have a good one. Okay. I'll see y'all later. I got some new stuff here. I'm going to probably do some readings. I think I already did readings for April, though. So I might go ahead and do my readings for May for TikTok. So, but I probably ain't going to. I don't know. Today's the first. I have a lot of things that I need to do that I do at the beginning of the month. And then I'm going to go out there and do another pine cone burn in the front yard. So I'm going to be busy all day today. And then I got tons and tons of work. Shout out to my clients. Y'all been loving it. Loving the alchemy work. Yes, we winning and we gonna stay winning. Okay. Because I got tons of client work to do. So I got to go, guys. Okay. That doesn't mean I'm too busy to take on new clients, though. Okay. Spirit somehow fits people in. So, you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Blessings. Bye bye.